Justin calls his friend William on a telephone landline. When William answers, Justin acts normally, but William is extremely confused, and moments later, they are both amazed. Why? I'll say that again. Justin calls his friend William on a telephone landline. When William answers, Justin acts normally, but William is extremely confused. Moments later, they are both amazed. Why?
Okay, so William's confused, Justin's normal, and then they're both amazed.
Yes.
I have been playing around with telephony here sort of casually, specifically around the lack of delay in the old telephones, that there was like no delay in old copper line landline telephones, 7 milliseconds. And today on cell phones, we tolerate between like 100 and 250 milliseconds of delay. So I'm just curious if the immediacy of the old phone system might not have something to do with the surprise.
One of my favourite bits of British TV history was when they tried to bring back for a one-off episode a show called The Golden Shot, which was kind of 1970s, 1980s. And it was interactive television because they would take live calls on the air in the 70s and 80s and have a camera attached to a crossbow. And the viewer would have to give instructions to a blindfolded camera operator going, right a bit, up a bit, up a bit, up a bit, with a clock ticking down, and they go fire, and they would have to hit a target or an apple or something like that to win a prize. And they brought it back for a one-off in like, I think it was 2004, 2005, just as they were starting to transition to digital. And they'd clearly given the instructions to the people on the line, like, whatever you do, please, like, make sure you're still watching on analog. And they weren't. And there was just, the whole final part was just broadcast delay. He goes, right a bit, keep going. No, go right. Go. No, stop. As 5 seconds of broadcast delay. And you can just imagine the gallery going, no.
Incredible.
I do wonder whether like teenagers are less into phone calls these days than we were growing up, specifically because the experience is less satisfying than we had.
I'm so sure you're right, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, we were hearing, like, when I'm talking to my friend in high school in the 80s, I can hear their whole house behind them. There's no filters. It is literally a direct copper line between me and them.
Full uncompressed duplex comms.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky to do these days. If you're ever in Seattle, go to the Connections Museum. It is an old telephone exchange that is kept alive by both the telephone engineers who used to work on it and a whole new crowd of people who just find it interesting to play with. And they have all the old clicky switch equipment, everything like that. Everything is hooked up to this one big exchange. It's wonderful.
There are hackers that maintain correctly configured old telephone systems so that hackers can go try out their blue box on it and try the old methods of hacking that Draper and Woz used to do.
We've had a question about this. We had a question about the Captain Crunch boxes a few episodes ago. I love this. I could talk about this for a long time with everyone in this call. And it is unfortunately completely the wrong direction.
So this, because that's where my brain went immediately, was old phones and sort of marveling at the technology period. But you're telling me this is a contemporary story.
This is something that actually happened to our question writer's friend. We have a personal anecdote in this question. Landline is important, though. Even though those are digital now, landline is important.
Was the person who answered the phone confused because they didn't know they had a landline?
Comedy brain. I see it.
Well, it is comedy brain, but it's not entirely wrong.
I mean, where my head goes is that one of them was in a strange location that you wouldn't expect to have a landline.
Or was the person picking up did not know that the Mickey Mouse that had been on the shelves all those years was actually a telephone?
A phone. Yeah, totally. Why is this ringing?
Why is this burger ringing, right? Like it could be a novelty phone.
Again, you are not entirely in the wrong area. Like the element of surprise is very much tied on this being a landline.
I would say it's a museum situation, except you wouldn't have said you should go to the Museum of Connection if there was a museum connection in this answer.
I think a question that we should be asking ourselves, rhetorically or otherwise, and I may look to Tom's face after I say this, or I may not, is, was the person confused in answering the phone at home? or elsewhere?
That is
Because
definitely a question you should ask.
It's probably a payphone. It's probably an old payphone. Yeah. And a payphone that you wouldn't expect to be connected.
Oh,
interesting.
They were both surprised because they didn't know that they would know each other.
That's also very close. But Justin was calling William for a chat.
Okay.
So Justin knew to try to reach out to William wherever William was. But William did not know that Justin was going to reach them there because William was confused.
Found almost all the elements of this.
I thought payphone was terrific.
Wait a minute. Is it Justin Trudeau and Prince William?
No. Prince William and Justin Trudeau are not friends of our question rider. You were so you were all kind of circling the correct answer, and then absolutely the wrong area. The thing you've forgotten is that they were both amazed afterwards.
Yeah.
And clearly this was Justin Bieber and William Clinton.
That's the first William you went with? Actually, I can't think of any other Williams right now. I can't think of any other Williams. It's a complete blank. You know what's come to my head? William Riker. So we'll just move on.
They were both surprised.
William was at first confused, and then they were both amazed.
Yeah.
Did the caller think that the recipient wouldn't answer? Or did they think that they were deceased? They were calling their old phone and they picked up.
Again, very close. Like, talk through the process of like how it used to be with landlines. There's something with those that you don't do with modern mobile phones.
Oh, like an operator. An operator is between
Not
them
that
that
old.
connects them. Okay.
I mean, thinking it would go to voicemail?
Somewhere between operators and voicemail, there is a key thing that you do with landlines that you don't do with mobiles.
Your mom picks up, and then you have to ask for your friend.
Yeah, star 69.
Wow. This is fascinating.
Yeah.
And this is apparently a true story. Like, it's a mistake that they made that could have happened to anyone making the phone call.
Calling William, did he dial the wrong number and still get William's location?
It was a misdial. Somewhere in there, a number got missed. But
It was a misdial. He meant to reach William. He misdialed and nonetheless reached William.
Yes.
Wow!
Yeah, you got it. This is being told to us by a friend of the question writer. Justin called William, accidentally got the wrong number. So a phone rings near him, he picks it up, and it's his friend Justin calling him. And by complete coincidence, the landline number, because obviously it's tied to where you are, not who you are, the landline happened to be right next to him when it rang.
Wow.
That's spectacular.
That is unreal. I mean, what are the odds?
Right. Well, apparently 1-to-1.
Yeah. What are the odds that someone would then tell that story to a question writer and they would use it as an example?
This feels like a place for this story. When I was really young, when I was like 8 years old, my friend John and I were like messing around with the phone, and we put a banana where the handset was, which we thought looked really hilarious. The banana sitting on the phone. And we were laughing at that when the phone rang, which of course it would, because the banana was pressing down the two contacts. And the banana phone ringing was literally the funniest thing that ever happened to me in the world. Like the whole planet cracked open.